Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game, where we're playing the Dunwich Legacy campaign. We are currently on our second scenario, 1A, which is extracurricular activity, and our intrepid investigators are Jenny Barnes and Agnes Baker. They are looking for Professor Warren Rice, and he's proving hard to find. Not only that, a terrible experiment has been released in the science building at Miskatonic University, and it is slowly making its way towards the dormitories. So we're in a bit of a pickle, and we're running out of cards, we're running out of time. So what will we be able to do? We will see shortly in episode 9. Just before we go to the episode, just a couple of things from last turn. Peter Sylvester, he did have a horror on him, but as per his text on his card, he does get rid of that horror at the end of the turn, so I've took that away. That's where that's gone. He's back up to full sanity. And the other thing, thanks to Anthony for clarifying this, the experiment, when it actually was promoted to the board, it wasn't promoted exhausted. I promoted it exhausted. Shouldn't have done that. It should have been in a ready position. It doesn't matter because there wasn't an investigator there, and it doesn't move until it actually is told to by the agenda, so we're fine. It just should have been put there readied, and I didn't do that. But it doesn't affect the actual game, so we're fine. Right, I think that is it for what I had to go through from last turn. So let's get straight into episode 9 and the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at round 19. First things first. Doom. So we've got 1 of 2 doom. As soon as that hits 2, we have to move the experiment, which is currently in the science building. Alright, who is going to go first? Well, let's stay with Jenny. Jenny will go first, so let's pull a card. Make sure it's only 1. And we get Terror from Beyond. Yes, this is the Hex and Terror. And it's the one where we have to pick a card type. So asset, event or skill. Let's have a look. Well, it's not going to be assets. And we've only got 1 skill. That's what we're going to pick. Survival instinct. It's not the best skill in the world either for is it Agnes? Yes, for Agnes. So yes, we'll get rid of that. However, it does mean that is more cards that she is losing, and we still have Beyond the Veil, which is pretty tough. Speaking of Agnes, she gets a card. Visions of Futures Past, Treachery, Hex, Revelation, Test Willpower. Well, at least she's got good willpower. 5, for each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Ah, just what we don't need for her. She's still got Beyond the Veil. So it's 5 versus 5. And we get a -1. Whew. So she only loses 1 card. What does she lose? Let's pick it up. And she loses Arcane Initiate. So we'll put that over there. We've got Peter Sylvester in play anyway, so not too bad, not too bad. Right, we'll pop that over there. But I think we'd better move. I'll just move this here so it's a bit more in my eye line. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, because as soon as we get to 0 cards in our deck, we will get 10 damage and die. So we'll have to make sure we resign before that happens. Right, so that is it for the Mythos phase, and let's move on to, what is it, the investigation phase. And here we are with Jenny. She's going to spend 2 of her actions to move. What we're doing in this particular scenario is we are looking for Professor Warren Rice, so let's get looking for him. And Jenny will go to the administration building, so she'll go 1, 2. And here's the administration building. So, location, Miskatonic. Around the aged administration building, creepers of ivy climb from the ground in an effort to claim it. The old hall stands alone in an isolated section of the campus, apart from the day-to-day bustle of students. So, turn it over. It's got a shroud of 4. It's got a clue per investigator. Miskatonic, forced. After the administration building is revealed, put the set-aside faculty offices into play. Forced, at the end of your turn, if you are in the administration building, discard the top card of your deck. So, that's not brilliant. But she would go there to look. So, she's gone to look. We've got to get the faculty offices. So, let's have a look at those. Remember, we've got the hour is late because we played the house always wins first, so the hour is late as far as the faculty offices are concerned. Location, Miskatonic. The door leading to the faculty offices is locked. You cannot move into the faculty offices. You come to a locked door at the top of the stairs leading to the 3rd floor of the administration building. Through its frosted window, you believe you glimpse a shadow darting across the hall. Or maybe it's just your imagination. So we'll put that down. I'll do that in a bit, but we'll pop it there so we know where it is. We still have a single action. Now, she could move, but if she moves, I think she's going to get the experiment on top of her at the start of next turn. Oh, one other thing to do is obviously, let's put a couple of clues on the administration building. And would she move? I think we can afford for her to lose. She can lose a card. She hasn't got Beyond the Veil. So we'll keep her there, I think. And what will we do? For a final action, what we're going to do is beat cop. She's going to call in the cops. So we're going to put that into her hand, pay 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It also gives her a bit of a sanity soak, so that's good. So we've paid 4 resources and Beat Cop is now in play. Pretty cool. Yes, I think that'll do. Yeah, what I'm doing here is obviously playing the story. So we are trying to find Professor Morgan, so she's decided to go to the administration building. There's not much point in going to the dormitories. She doesn't reckon he's going to be there. If he's going to be anywhere, he's going to be in the faculty offices. So she's gone there and just found the door locked. But she's managed to get a local policeman, get him to join her, and possibly he's turned up at the campus because of what's happening with this experiment. So anyway, they've ended up teaming up and they're both in the administration building. That is the end of her turn, so she's going to have to lose a card because she's finished her turn there. And we lose Fine Clothes, which is quite nice. You see, this is, I wanted this for Parlay. You know, if we were going to have a chat with who was the other guy we can't find? Jazz Mulligan. This was for Jazz Mulligan, really. But I think we got rid of the other Fine Clothes earlier, so we're not going to be able to use that for what we wanted it for. Right, that is it for good old Jenny, and that means we can start with Agnes Baker. And here we are with Agnes. I've put a connector in to the faculty offices there. And what are we going to do with Agnes? Well, first of all, she's going to move. So she's going to move to the Humanities building. Then what she's going to do is she's going to spend her clue. And we're going to use our act text. And we're going to have a look to see if we can find Jazz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. There's not many left, is there? So, come on. We need to find Jazz. So first, Ancient Evils. No. Next. Yithian Observer. We could have used that for a victory point. No. Beyond the Veil. No. Come on. Yes. At last. Jazz, where have you been? So we found Jazz Mulligan at last. And the last one was Ancient Evils. So get rid of that. Right, we have finally found Jazz Mulligan. So asset 0. Head Janitor. Ally Miskatonic. Revelation, put Jazz Mulligan into play in your location. So that's a humanities building. While Jazz Mulligan is not controlled by an investigator, he gains, for an action you can parlay, test 3. Intellect. If successful, take control of Jazz Mulligan. While you control Jazz Mulligan, you ignore the text on each unrevealed Miskatonic location. Right, so he is going in here. So that was 2 actions. We have got 1 action left. I am not going to parlay. The reason being is if I finish my turn in the humanities building with Agnes, she has took 3 horror. That will mean she's got to get rid of 3 cards. We can't afford to get rid of 3 cards because of Beyond the Veil. So I think what she's going to do is she's just going to pop back to the library. That means that the whippoorwill won't move either, which is good because we don't want it at the humanities building interfering with our parlay. We have got Jenny at the administration building, so I think what we'll try and do next round is move her into there. She has got better intellect and she may be able to do a better job in actually persuading Jazz to join us. Although, mind you though, Agnes does still have, look what I found. We could pitch that for 2 intellect. Perhaps we both move in there and she can pitch this on Jenny's behalf. That's a plan. That is a plan. Yes, I think that's what we'll do. And yes, then we'll get at least 1 round where we can get Jazz onto our team. Then we can head back to the administration building and have a look in the faculty offices, I think. As far as Jenny and Agnes are concerned, what they're trying to do is they are trying to find Professor Rice. So that's what they're concentrating on at the moment. One thing I forgot is we've found Jazz, haven't we? Because we've found Jazz, that means we've got to have a look at the act. Oh, it's just when you take control of Jazz Mulligan advance. So we haven't taken control of him yet, so I did play it right. But if we get him on our team, then we'll have to advance that. Okay, that is it for the investigation phase. Next up is the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase, and there's nothing to do because the whippoorwills are going to stay where they are because Agnes has gone back to the Orm Library. I don't think there's any special text on the Orm Library. If you finish there, just check. Nope. So that's fine. And we already sorted Jenny out. Okay, upkeep phase. And here we are at the upkeep phase. Okie dokie. So it's actions back. There are no cards to be refreshed. Pop these back. There we go. And a card for Jenny. Manual dexterity. Could be useful. That agility. And she gets 2, whoop, not 3, she gets 2, so what does that put her up to? 6, and a card for Agnes, Cunning Distraction, 5, expensive but it's a good card this. Willpower icon, a wildcard icon, it's an event, a tactic, evade, automatically evade all enemies at your locations. That should buy us some time. That may help us out. If we can evade that experiment, yeah, straight away, and then we can start like then we can start trying to beat up on it. So that could be pretty good. So we'll put that down there, and we do get a resource, which funnily enough puts us up to 5, so that's pretty cool. Right, we are hanging on in there just about. If we can get hold of Jazz, it's not optimal play taking Jazz back to the faculty offices, but like I say, as far as Jenny and Agnes are concerned, that is probably where Professor Rice is. So that's what they're going to do. And yeah, that is it for round 19. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here. I'm a bit pushed for time today. So we're just going to do the single round. I hope nobody minds. And we'll go back to doing 2 rounds next episode. So we'll leave it there. We have found Jazz Mulligan. Looks like the experiment is going to move. It'll move next turn because the agenda is going to flick over, and it will march into Miskatonic Quad. We have got to get Jazz Mulligan and convince him to join us, have a quick look in the faculty offices, and then when we realise that the jig is up, perhaps we can think of something else that we might be able to do in order to stop this dreadful experiment. So long as we don't lose too many more cards or anything like that, especially for Agnes, then we might have a last-ditch attempt at trying to stop the experiment attacking the dormitories. We shall see. Okay, so that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions and for all the views, for all the likes and the dislikes, and thank you so much for all the help and support. As ever, if I've made a balls up, which is quite probable, then please let me know. We've only done a single round this time, so hopefully I will be able to fix any error I've made very easily indeed. And yes, if you've been across to Board Game Links and viewed the videos as they are there, well, thank you. That is very nice of you, as is anybody who viewed the videos at Board Game Geek and made any comment either here, on the threads there, drop Geek Gold, anything like that. Thank you so much. I hope that you will join me next time for episode 10. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.